amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It's
definitely put a lot of time. I had played this game before I knew I played this game because that's what was creating my Sona was like. I just mashed two animals together and was like, this is great.
Kind of three
this is
animals.
perfect.
What is Nasido a cross between?
So he's a cross between a marvelous spatula tail hummingbird and a ring-tailed mongoose.
Oh. Isn't the ring-tailed mongoose... No. Mangusu's like the... What is he? He's a king something. Royal something mongoose, right? No,
Nasi?
Mangusu. Because I thought he was a ring-tailed mongoose for a couple seconds.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what species he is.
They did it in one of the Dash Mengi in the mornings, they told you, but... I want to see what my wolf bear looks like. Oh, that's great. Can I make that my persona, please? The wolf bear?
I'm sure you can. The world's...
I already made a second persona a few weeks ago. Yeah. I now am one of those people who have multiple personas.
Yeah, I have a couple as well.
Yeah, I saw you have like a deer too.
Yeah.
Who is your deer form?
I just call them the same thing. Like both of them are just Nasi.
Nasi as a deer.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, the joke. Well, no. So the joke is like because the full name is Nasido, so my deer is Nasi Do.
Oh.
Oh, I want to like make a floating monkey.
Pass him to the iris.
Yeah.
And give me bananas. Monkey. Is that... I mean, I know... I'm sure a monkey, like a chimpanzee or a spider monkey or whatever, would eat a banana. But, like, is that, like, a thing that they, like, really, really like them, or was that made up?
That they like bananas? No, I mean, I think it's an actual thing. Like, it's kind of like they'll eat whatever is available to them, but it's just the most common thing that people have seen them eat. So it's kind of like mice, right? Like, people assume that cheese is what they really like, but it's just because, like, it's what people have just given them in the past.
I see.
So they will eat it, but it's not necessarily their favorite thing.
Alright, let's combine the cutest thing, so a bunny, with the most horrible thing, which is a spider.
Aw, they're pretty cute.
Spiders?
I would say it's the opposite. Bunnies are the most horrible thing.
What? Bunnies are great. Who doesn't like bunnies?
Really?
I have a friend who's a bunny, which is a thing you could say when you're a furry.
Yeah.
So what is the most, like, not abstract, but, like, unique persona animal you've seen? I mean, of course, yours is very unique. A combination of a ringtail.
That's tough. I mean, so I think the most unique fursuit that I've ever seen, not just, like, the character itself was pretty cool, but, like, the way that they made the fursuit was really awesome, was there was this... like elephant at FE this year that was like all kinds of pastel colors and stuff. I just really liked it. I thought that was really cool.
You don't see many elephant personas.
Yeah, I know, and that's exactly it. And that was the thing that was amazing to me, was actually seeing an elephant persona that was a really good suit too.
Yeah, I imagine they're difficult to make.
Oh yeah, they've got to be.
Because, I mean, you've got the giant ears and the trunk. I mean, what do you do with that?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, how do you, like, stuff that? Or make that, like, kind of rigid? Or do you make it, like, movable or something like that? Yeah, kind of crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of difficulty, but there's also a lot to work with.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of, like, actual character, that's tough because I've seen a lot. There's a lot of crazy things in the fandom, and a lot of really cool things. But
there's this hilarious comic where it's this group of kids and they're like, let's play wolves. I'll be a white wolf. I'll be the black wolf. I'll be the brown wolf. I'll be the golden wolf. And then the other one is like, I'll be the sparkle purple wolf with the backstory that nobody understands. And then it says, and thus furries were born.
Yeah. That's so true. Have you seen, do you know the artist Seal or Sealy?
No. I mean, I don't know many artist names.
She's a Japanese artist that has this really cool like gecko kind of character. It's like a gecko or a I don't know if it's a gecko or a chameleon. I think it might be closer to a chameleon, but it like her character is really cool. I think that's one of my favorites. I just love seeing like the really like obscure species done. Not even like species combinations, but like just species that you never consider being done.
Like the marvelous something hummingbird that you.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly part of it. I like when I was making Nasi, I tried to like make him as like obscure as possible, like the species combinations, just because I really wanted him to stand out. But I mean, people do like really common stuff really well too.
Yeah. Like when I made Raptor, it was just I had just discovered the fandom, and I'm like, oh, I like werewolves, I'll be that. And originally, he was just a plain white wolf. But then I would blend it entirely. No one would be able to tell me apart from anyone. So I added the green ears and the green hoodie, and that's sort of how Raptor in his modern, current variation came to be born. And then a few weeks ago, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to be a big cat. And so I made Spark, who was my Liger persona.
Oh, nice.
Now I have two.
Do you have any ideas of where you want to go? Like what kind of university or anything?
We over spring break, like that I just came back from yesterday, we were looking at colleges.
Oh, nice.
In the Northwest. I want to sort of get a broad look at a bunch of other stuff, so I want to see a big university as well. So
that's a good plan.
I just want to see a lot of stuff before I pick.
Yeah, that's kind of what I ended up doing. I looked through all the universities around me in Canada, and then I kind of narrowed it down to the ones that were the best at entomology. And it really ended up coming down to the University of Alberta and the University of Guelph, which both have really good, had really good entomology departments, and now it's kind of mixed in with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. The problem with a lot of schools is a lot of them don't really offer zoology as just a straight up major.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there are any schools that do that. I'll have to look that up.
I think there are probably a few. The University of Guelph used to actually have an entomology major specifically, but they've kind of diffused into broader categories, and I think that's a lot of the way a lot of universities and colleges are going towards. They're like going towards just opening up a program that's general purpose, like biological sciences or molecular biology or something like that. Then it just attracts the most amount of people, and you take courses specifically for what you want to do. And on a resume, you would just put down like, I took this class and did very well in it, and this is what I want to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The things I really want to do is I want to go into research. So I'm hoping a professor ends up liking me enough to be a research assistant.
Oh, totally. So with I have a lot of experience with that, and the main thing is if you're taking a class and a professor talks about the research or something and it really interests you, just meet with them after class, or just come up to the front after everybody's leaving the class, go up to them and tell them, yeah, I really liked what you're doing. Do you have any room in your lab for volunteers or something like that?
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for
No
the advice,
problem.
man.
Yeah, not at all. Like, it's really surprising. Like, there are a very few students that actually end up going and doing that actually go up to you and say, like, I love your research. Would you have any room for me to help? And it's really, like, even as early as first year, like, just go up and do it. Like, they'll have something in their lab that you can help with. And the earlier you get in, the more likely it is that they'll have a project for you that maybe you can do as like an undergraduate thesis, or you could turn that into like a master's or something like that.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
No problem at all.
Who knew that playing hybrid animals could be so educational?
Yeah, exactly. You'll
Right, you
learn
want me to
maybe if
host
you
or
get
do you
into
want-
like, yeah, maybe if you get into like molecular biology or genetics, you'll use some of them.
That's actually what I wanted to do originally, genetic engineering. But
Nice.
it was because I was young and wanted to essentially play hybrid animals in real life. And then
Yeah.
I realized that's not really what genetic engineers do. You just want to work with the animals. I'm like, yeah, I do. And so I decided, hey, I'm going to go into zoology. And who
Nice.
knows, maybe I could be like Chris Pratt's character in Jurassic World.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
God,
I know
Chris
a few.
Pratt.
I know a few like zoo technicians and stuff like that too. It's like a really cool profession to actually get to work with zoos and live animals.
Yeah, I was thinking about seeing if my zoo at the Houston Zoo, because it's really cool. I really like going to zoos, so I'd
Nice.
figure being able to go to one and work at one every single day would be pretty fun.
Yeah, no, totally. And that's another thing. Like, if you have time between your studies and there's like a zoo nearby you, you could even ask if you could volunteer with them. Like, they're always happy to take on students. And you typically, it's hard, but you'll have the time in your undergrad to be able to do that.
Got it. Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
Now that we have given some life advice to not only me, but anyone in the audience who has my similar interests, let's make some crazy animals and then force them to fight each other for our own amusement.